Half of this semifinal Saturday at the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Pickwick Lake. Again, to reset the scene for you, we got 47 anglers out there who have qualified to fish at least half the weekend. They're fishing today for a shot at 10 spots on Championship Sunday. Brandon Lester started the day with the lead. Only angler to have caught 20 pounds on both consecutive days, previous days, days 1 and 2. Cody Huff, big move up the leaderboard yesterday, and he is hanging in there. Holding serve, Jacob Fouts, a big move today. A huge 7 minutes. Then at a catch fest that really put him in position as well. Tommy Sanders here with Mark Zona, Ronnie Moore, Mike Sukan, and we are ready now for our Toyota Midday Report. Z, let's start it out with Greg DePalma.
Yeah, it was a magical, dazzling morning on FS1 as far as fish catching goes, because it was like a different Pickwick Lake than we got to see the last 2 days. Greg DePalma, one bullet in his gun, pretty much has been throwing RoboWorm drop shot all week long, color Aaron's Morning Dawn, and doing something not a little bit, but actually a lot different than the rest of the anglers that we're covering in the top 10. Greg DePalma is targeting mostly stumps in, call it, 7 to 12 feet of water. And here's what I'm saying, Tommy, is he's throwing at about 12 different stumps all day long, at times making what he said 20 to 40 casts to each stump before he gets one to commit. Greg DePalma on day number 2, not catching a lot of bass. Not the case today. Very solid day for Greg DePalma. 14
pounds in the live well for Greg DePalma unofficially. Let's take it over to Brandon Palaniuk right now. We've been with Brandon each and every day of this tournament, Ronnie Moore, and he has caught him steady. That is for sure. Numbers have come every day.
Yeah, when it comes to the rest of the field, Brandon Palaniuk has caught the most quantity. He's mixed in some quality, but he's really been searching for that above-average fish. And today we saw him go through a bunch of white bass and ended up connecting with a 4-pounder after weeding through those.
Oh, there's number 1. Got him.
Head down to Bay Springs Lake.
There we go. There we
We
go.
heard that this might be a player in this tournament, somebody that had a solid event out of Bay Springs a while back. John Cox getting it done, not fishing any deeper than 4 feet of water, targeting bluegill beds with a Berkeley General. Very, very solid morning for John Cox, but the morning story really, for at least the first 20 minutes, Jacob Fouts getting it done on one spot, grinding a Strike King 10XD, a little bit mixing in a Rapala DT16, landed on them early, and they were the right ones.
Jacob Fouts definitely in this race, neck and neck with this Rookie of the Year race that is getting tighter and tighter and will persist until the end of the season, no doubt.
Yeah. One of the things about Jacob Fouts not concentrating on the main Tennessee River ledge, really fishing inside of that, little high spots in a major creek, a lot of fish funneling in and out of that creek, getting done spawning, backing it up with a 10-inch worm. And the real interesting thing is Jacob Fouts admitting he does not have a lot of experience on Pickwick, found all of these off-the-wall spots during practice earlier this week.
And just above the rookie, Jacob Fouts, another rookie, Cody Huff of Missouri, who has a lot of connections to the Tennessee River as well. Yeah. Cody Huff coming into his own this week. This was predicted by many people.
This is really the kind of the coming out party for him. I texted him and said, welcome to the Elite Series, because this is exactly how we expect him to start the year.
Brandon Lester, as we mentioned, the only angler to catch 20 pounds on each of days 1 and 2. He is super consistent and shows no signs of letting up.
Exactly. One small bar with a little hard spot on it, 4 to 10 feet of water, and that is where he's done, call it 90% of the damage all week long. To be in control of this event now, Brandon Lester, big morning. Only caught 1 or 2 on that Strike King 4.0, and then backing it up with the Nico rig worm, doing a lot of damage. And he sat on it for, fair to say, about 2 hours after leaving it. Really, he only needs 1 more day out of that little spot. Toyota Midday Report.
We're still kind of in the same area. There's still some groups of fish around, but we've definitely lost a lot of the bait. It's kind of slowed them down. I know there's big ones around here. I just said it all week. It's just a matter of getting those 6-pounders to bite instead of the 2.5. That's what we need right now, a 6. 6 will probably have us fishing tomorrow. That was pretty good looking right there. They're hard to see because they're close to the boat, so it's getting a little blown out. I've got my sensitivity up high so I can see way out there. It's starting to look a little sporty around these parts.
Brandon Palaniuk with the 21 pounds at 13 ounces on day number 1. Big drop off yesterday, 14-11. Now, just a few minutes ago, he did manage to put another one in the boat, so his catching
Right when I
continues.
saw him, my bait went through him. I don't think he's gonna help though. He might, I don't know. Oh, hey. I don't remember what our smallest one is. Yeah, he got a cool tattoo. I love when they get those black spots. Gosh, he ate it really good. I don't know why. I've heard like crawfish or like different things, but you see it a lot on the Tennessee River.
A few minutes ago, back out live with Brandon.
Boy, and he's caught a lot of fish on that Tokyo rig, 3/4 ounce weight, BMC Tokyo rig. Believe it, we called it, Ronnie, was it X-Zone Swammer?
Yep. X-Zone
Yep.
Swammer is also the smaller one, and then Mega Swammer. I'm not sure if he's throwing the biggest version of it.
Right. Did a Bass Pro Shops top lures on FS1. I was very surprised he gave that out because there are not many guys in this tournament doing that.
Wow.
That is not a bass. That is a cat daddy. That's a big old cat daddy, or I got something hooked in the side. Gosh. No, it's a catfish. I'm like, for a second I was like, oh no. Man, you just stay calm, bud. You just stay calm.
You don't need a Cody Huff 2.0 and stuff.
Oh, almost.
You didn't listen very well. Let me get over you here. Do not touch my carpet, you slimy animal. Yeah. Hey, look at this. I don't know if you can see it. Someone broke him off. Someone else's hook. You're welcome.
You need to go back in the
Give me
weigh-in
some karma
archives, see
from the
who
fish
said, I
gods,
lost
huh?
a 10-pounder today. Ooh, and then we know who broke that one off.
Oh no! Oh, I missed it. I didn't even think about it. Trying to get out of it. Oh, this is your best way. You ball up the catfish slime, slingshot, slingshot, engage. Yeah, when I set the hook, I thought, oh, thank you. And it went. And I said, no, thank you. It went. And I said, no, thank you. I don't want you, catfish. I gotta have another. No, that's coming up, isn't it? I don't know. I got something snagged. It's not fighting. I don't know what we got here. It could be a 12-inch white bass. I don't know. A log? Man, if I am not the species master,
We've been there, Tommy.
we got some petrified
We have
wood.
been there.
You did that on live. We watched you do that.
You did, didn't you?
All the
Talk
way to
about
the
the
ball.
ultimate inspiration, huh?
I backed it up with a 6-pounder, Ronnie.
You
I
did.
did.
Yep.
Hey, a 30-pound Michigan day, of largemouth ain't too bad.
All the way to the boat.
Oh, no. Just realized, I'm glad I checked that. It wasn't someone else's hook. That was my hook. I'm like, wait a second.
All right. We're not going to log that one in, but back to Greg DePalma.
Dude, good one, man. Stay on, baby. That's a good one.
Got you.
Yes, sir. That'll help the cause. Big time. And I mean, it's gotta be a 3-pounder. All the other ones are, right? I think it's 3. Let's weigh it. Looks pretty good to me. It's probably good I ran back there. Dead stick my bait a little bit. About 330.
Just for the record, if you saw Bass Track and saw Greg DePalma at 15 and change earlier, he was at that mark because he had just guesstimated them. He sat down and weighed them all, and cameraman Jason Heathcote said, hey, he's got closer to 14, he said. He big-eyed some. But that one most definitely will call him closer to that 15 mark once again.
Started the day 10th, but he's moved up. 6th place right now.
I don't know if it's a bass or not. I know. Maybe just, oh yeah, it is. Yes, sir. Oh, yes. It's a better one. A little better. I never fished this deep in the whole week. Just tried and figured out. That's 3-pounder, isn't it? I said it's 3. Got almost 23-foot water. We put down and since practice. Now I gotta get walking on. Was that short one? Yeah.
One, if you didn't get to tune in to our FS1 broadcast earlier today, man, it's fair to say that the fishing this morning was twice as good. It was as good this morning as the last 2 days combined in the morning.
Yeah. Saw some
Not
incredible performances.
Yeah, that's what I needed. Or least.
Murr's shooting for his second top 10 of the season. Started slow on St. John's, way down in the 80s, and a top 10 at Harris Chain, 9th place.
Yeah, he was in that Banana Cove region with about half the field.
Banana Cove.
Figured out how to rise to the occasion there compared to the rest who fell off.
Had a good, solid week at Lake Fork a couple of weeks ago. 15th place, I believe he was.
14th, yeah.
Got himself an Opens win this year, and a terrible Opens performance to go along with it at a later one, but just throw that one out, and he's really got the arrow going the right way.
And really, if you listen to him, we got to talk to him a lot after the weigh-in yesterday. He is dialed in. When you talk to him about just offshore, off-the-bank fishing, you could tell that's, and Ronnie, I know you covered him a lot in the Opens. You could tell that's his wheelhouse.
Breaks.
Does not have a lot of experience here on Pickwick Lake, and has lived just by, he said, the whole key to his week, oversized baits. He has thrown, and we've seen obviously a lot of drop shot fish, and Nico rigs throughout this tournament. He said, I'm doing none of that throughout this event. Everything I'm throwing is matching a gizzard shad.
Speaking of big baits, Chris Zaldain, another 4-pounder today, 16.5 pounds up to 6th place from 16.
On that first waypoint.
Z, we talk about that and we try to figure out some of our new Japanese anglers and what skill set they bring to the Elite Series. What's their strong suit? And you don't want to just assume finesse presentations, because guys like Masayuki Matsushita, who love fishing offshore and big worms and power fishing like that, and Kenta Kimura is one of the guys leading the charge of that group that loves cranking. Absolutely loves throwing a big crankbait. Loves
he's
fishing
aggressive.
offshore. Yeah, he's
yes.
And I don't know if that's something he did differently at Lake Biwa, like why he started to really make a name there compared to guys throwing those different jigs and techniques over there that they might use much more religiously.
That's interesting to think about that, because if you really look at Kenta Kimura and Taku Ito, boy, they are absolutely two totally different anglers when it comes to the way they fish. Humminbird bird's eye view with Austin Felix.
We bring up that stat. He's the only one of our top 10 right now out of it, Ronnie, who's fallen out of it. Everybody else started the day, and then top 10 has moved in and out.
Why are you throwing a BZK in there under the radar, Sue?
BZK, I'm just saying, as soon as you do a stat, the opposite thing happens.
Buzzkill. No, I didn't say he was
I
good at it. He just likes throwing a big crankbait, you know what I'm saying? No, it's okay.
If you kind of look at the weights, besides Brandon Lester, if you look at a lot of the weights, at least up at the top, way ahead of par from where they were yesterday. This time yesterday, Cody Huff was at about 10.5 pounds and still weighed in one of the biggest bags of the tournament.
And at this time yesterday, John Cox had 1 bass.
Yeah.
He said anything before 10 o'clock was a bonus. Well, he's got about 14 of his 16 pounds before 10 o'clock, so.
Oh, better turn around.
Austin Felix kind of went on a little steady catch and pace there earlier this morning. Was very pleased with that, but it's been pretty quiet for him for the last couple of hours. He's looking for the pulse to happen again, for everything to turn on in the lake. We're all looking for that, more or less right now, and we're pretty confident it will happen at some point this afternoon. There's always been a great catching period in the afternoon. Brandon Lester, though, hanging on to that lead he started the day with. Cody Huff, strong past couple of days here on Pickwick Lake. He's hoping to continue that. Jacob Fouts, John Cox, Brandon Palaniuk, our top 5. You got to be at the top 10. You want to fish on for tomorrow, and we'll have more for you moments away.